Hey guys, so it's time to continue with the development of the mirror and main stacks. Okay, so you can see here I have the Node TypeScript API. I'm in that folder, the one we finished. So inside I create a new folder that is called clients, and inside that I have the React client, and later I will create the Angular client. Okay, so this is the way we're going to handle this in this specific project. Now you can find the API in my repos, okay, in my GitHub. So just check it out if you want to download it. And I think I will leave also a link for that in the description of this video. So let's start with React. Okay, so just create a single application, a simple React application using npx, and let's start with this. Okay, so this is the basic structure. So let's go and let's go back here and say npm start, and let's see what we have. So remember, the API already have all the functionality built in, so we are all set with that, and we are just going to focus now in developing the clients so we can communicate with that API. So for that also we need to come here and open git bash and say I think this one is npm run dev. Okay, it's using .mon and it's going to start listening there. So right now it should start the API. Let's give it a second. Okay, no connection hand. Okay, because I changed so let's check this out, and I have the other one. Okay, open with code. It's going to open with all the folders. So there's a problem here, and it seems that this connection is wrong for some reason. Let's save this, because I created the repo and I changed that, so maybe that is the problem. Connection to cluster MongoDB closed. So let's see. Okay, the same thing. 100 response, 100 promise reaction warning. Okay, so this is, let's see. So MongoDB, this should be working. Okay, I don't see any error. So that's a bad start. So what it wants, okay, is that we can say catch here error and console.log error to see what the hell is going on. Let's wait. So Mongo network error. Okay, that's odd. Connection 0 to cluster shard closed. So this actually could be an error with MongoDB, Mongo Atlas. So let's try one more time. If not, we're going to continue with the development. I just want to show you how you can deal with this. Okay, I, as always, don't have anything prepared, so I'm going as the wind blows. So every error that happens is just most of the times it's the first time I see that error. Okay, I mean in the application, so I just need to debug it. So that will give you also understanding of how to deal with this kind of errors. So this seems to be that they are closing the connection, because if I remove this, okay, and save, let's see what it returns. This should return, okay, you can see it's a different error, invalid connection string. So let's return that, and if I remove this or say something else, you can see that, okay, connection to closest 0 closed. Okay, then that seems to be a similar error to what we received, or maybe, yeah, okay, so that's it. That's actually bad. So let's keep this one here. We're going to focus right now on making the setup of the client, and we will check this later to see if it's a network error or whatever, you know, what other thing could be. So okay, let's close this and this. Everything should work, and I didn't test this before, so I'm not sure if that was an error after I changed the, because I uploaded the repo for the API, so maybe I did something wrong there. I might copy the string later, the connection string later, and add it. So we have the React client. So let's actually close this. It says server is running still, so, and open with code, just a React client, so we can focus on that. Okay, that was kind of rough start, but now inside this we need to create our components, the components that this application is going to have. So let's create a new folder as a components. Inside that we need to continue and say add post.js to be the first component. The other one is going to be main.js, and the other one is going to be post. So let me minimize that, and post.js. Okay, so we have those. We need to create a new folder here inside source that is services, and you might not be accustomed to see this with React. Most of the tutorials don't do this. Okay, so they just place everything together, and we're going to add a new file inside those services that is post.service.js. Okay, we did something similar to the or inside the Firebase and React application that has several ways of doing with context, Redux, just React. Okay, so you can check those in the channel if you are interested. Now, inside this post service, we're going to create the service, but we need to do something. So let's go to Chrome, and as I said before, with React, okay, we're going to use RxJS. So let's say npm RxJS. Why? Because RxJS allows us, it's not this one, I think. Okay, it's this one. Allow us to grab everything as observables, and you will see, because we are going to start working with observables inside React, you will see why this is useful. So let's go here. This is React. Okay, let's paste that npm install RxJS and install that. Let's wait for that, and meanwhile, let's add the main. So let's create the basic shape of our components, and also we're going to use a React router So it's here, React Router DOM. Okay, you need to tap this to get the one that works with web. Okay, so it's still installing. It's taking a bit. So I have that, and let's continue meanwhile with the main, so we don't stop to wait. Okay, so import React, and we're going to use, of course, use effect and use state. No, I don't want you to do that. Use effect and use state. Okay, from React. So we have that. Okay, this one is already done. So let's paste the other one. The React router didn't copy that for some reason. So let's Control C there and let's paste it and install the React Router DOM, and we will add the routes later. We need to configure that, but let's first create the main route. After the React Router DOM is installed, we're going to have access to the link, and of course this one is going to be from React Router DOM. React Router DOM. Once it is installed, it's going to find it. Now import the service. We still don't have anything there, so it's posts service from that services and post service. So it's not like that. We need to import post service as this way. Okay, this is already done, so that's fine, and we need to go to post service to avoid getting an error there. So right now we already have the RxJS, so we need to import observable from RxJS. Okay, you can see it shows that, and we're going to create a few constants. Post like this is an observable is going to be equals to. So right now, okay, not right now, because we're going to receive the correct pagination once we reach the API. So what we're going to do now is just a console.log page maybe, or all posts, something like that. The other one is going to be constant post, and this one is going to receive a post ID, and we can say console.log post ID just to get all those in place. Constant create post equals. Okay, so this one is going to receive an object, and that object is going to be stored inside this post parameter or variable. The other one is going to be the update post equals, and this one also is going to receive an object that is the post, and is going to receive a new cover because we are going to allow the user to change the image that is referenced inside this collection or document. So let's say console.log updating post, something like that, and console.log creating post. Okay, so remember this is only going to be the setup because we need to set up and to create a few things to have everything in place so we can start working, and also to fix that error that seems to be a Mongo error. So the other one is going to be constant delete post and let's say console.log removing post. Okay, and this one also is going to return, or is going to have a post ID, so we can send that to the API and not understands what needs to do. And below here we're going to say export. We did this with the Firebase configuration in the other videos. Export constant and post service equals to an object, and here we say post create post, we add a comma there, update post is up here, and delete post that shows there. So this is going to export all the functions that we have inside this service. Okay, and we still are not using observable because we're going to use it inside these two functions, but I will need to fix the error that comes from the server first. And let's continue with this. So right now this is going to work because we are already exporting the post service object. So let's come back and wait a second, I did something wrong here. Rename, sorry about that. I'm used to do that with Angular, so I said post that service and it's all together without the dot. That's why it showed me the that service. Okay, just a simple error. Sorry about that. Just rename that and everything should work. So we need to install something else, but we will install that in the next video for us to continue with this route, or with this component that is going to be mapped to a route. So right now we're going to return only, just let me scroll down a little bit, we're going to return sorry, give me a second. Okay, I was doing something else. Sorry, because I was checking another function. Okay, so we're going to return just the React fragment right now with the paragraph that is main page. Let's say that, and we need to export, and this is using export default. Export default. Okay, if I can type, okay, main, and we have that. Now we need to go to the index and import something for the route that is going to be, let me just copy that and paste it. We have done this with, sorry, we have done this several times before, so you should already know we need to import browser router, and we need to wrap, okay, not like that, okay, but like this, browser router. We need to wrap our application inside this so it understands the routes, and we need to create a routes JS inside source. So inside this we're going to say import React from React, import switch, well, switch and route from React router DOM that it shows now, and here the components. Import main from components main. Let's say import post. We will add just a simple template there too, so we can get all the routes working in one video and then take them down one by one in the rest videos. So components and add post. Okay, so that is the name is going to match. And constant routes with a capital R are going to be, we need to wrap this inside the switch. Okay, and we need to say route exact path. I always do exact path, so it doesn't have any conflict with other routes. So that actually needs to match what is inside the path. Component is going to be equal to main. So this is the main component. So we just copy all this, paste it a couple of times, and let's say create. So this one is going to be for the create, or sorry, it's add post in this case. And this one is going to be for post, and it's going to receive a post, sorry, an item, as I call here, and ID. Okay, you can call it post, item, whatever. Okay, it's just the name of the route, and of course you will need to match this to your navigation. Also, we need to say export default routes. So we have that. We need still to create this too. Remember that this is still not running, so that's why it's not going to show us any error if we go to localhost 3000. So we will try to fix that before even the first start. So let's go to main and let's copy all this because we're going to need it too. And let's change the name to, this one is post, and let's change the name to post, and let's say post page. Let's save that and let's go to add post and paste that again. Add post, we just change the name, that is going to be the function exported. Add post page, and we match the name at post. So that should work, and we should have our routes. So after that we need to go inside, just let me check, where do I have that? app.js, okay, I will forget this. So it's inside app.js. So at this point we can say npm start and start the React client. Okay, development server is starting, not installing. So it's going to open by default with Edge, but let's go here and say HTTP localhost 3000. And you can see we have the basic stuff that they show you. So we're going to start removing all this and match it to what we want to return. So just let me check. Okay, so I'm going to remove this right now. I will need to create a navigation, but let's skip the navigation first, and let's say let's import the routes. So we need to import our routes from the routes file. Import routes from routes. And here we can access those using routes, just like that, and that should work. But okay, we still need the navigation, so we're going to create a navigation in the next video, because we've been okay, it's been 25 for the first video. It's okay, 25 minutes. So let me just remove all this crap, save this, and see how it looks. Okay, expect assign function call on RxJs line 10. Okay, because this one I always forget is going to render, and we need to change that to be just the parentheses. Okay, because you can handle this as a function with curly braces, but the parentheses by themselves tell the routes or React that we are going to render this. So that was the problem there. Okay, I already forget that. I'm pretty accustomed to use just regular functions, so when I come to this special part inside React, I always mess that out. So okay, let's close. Okay, so let's leave this here, and we will continue in the next video creating the navigation, and I'm going to fix that error or check that error with the console. Okay, so see you in the next one.